Welcome to Backstage Pass, your all-access pass to everything Wake Up. We are here with Sarah Mirkin, with the Kitchen Coach, and we're going to talk a little bit more about nutrition. Terrific. And I actually want to start with this ever-troubling issue, of course, for us women, especially after having kids and, now going into 30s or 40s and 50s decades. It just gets harder and harder to keep that size 4 or 6 or 8, whatever we had before we had the kids.
Right.
It's for some of us, it is a never-ending battle, and it's downhill fast. Mm-hmm. So tell us some tips that are easy to follow.
Well, I'm not going to say anything's easy.
Oh, no.
But there are definitely a lot of small changes you can make.
Okay.
So the small changes would be just getting rid of processed flour, really focusing on vegetables and lean protein, keeping the fats medium. Yeah. So not too high. So often, problems I see with people is they go out to eat a lot. They're eating huge portions.
Yes.
People don't know what portions should look like because the restaurant portions are so huge that people have a false idea of how much they should be eating.
Yeah. What is a good portion?
For lean protein, I would say, depending on the person, depending on their height, weight, about 3 to 8 ounces, especially with like fish, seafood. Yeah. For starches, I'd say never more than your fist. And if you skip the starch entirely, that's fine.
Oh, wow.
And when you're choosing a starch, try to choose either high fiber, whole grains, or starchy vegetables, like yams and peas. Butternut squash is a good one. Oil has 120 calories a tablespoon.
Wow.
So people always say to me, olive oil? But all oil has 120
calories. Even coconut oil? Because a lot of people, it's like the hype is now, have
and
coconut oil.
A lot of it's hype.
Yeah. So you don't advocate, take a tablespoon of coconut oil and you're going to lose weight?
Oh, no.
I thought that was easy. Just take some coconut
it's 120 calories of fat. So that's a good way to gain weight. That would add about 12 pounds a year.
Wow. Well, that is good to know. I'm so glad I didn't start on that yet.
Right.
You and I were talking about exercise also, and I am one of those people that believed, okay, if I eat moderately healthy and I just go to the gym maybe for 20 minutes, about 2 to 3 times a week, I should be okay. But you're saying not necessarily.
Yeah, a lot of people come into me saying that. They say, I exercise every day. I'm eating well. Why aren't I losing weight? And a big part of it is people think as long as they went to the gym, they don't need to move. But people should be moving all the time. If people sit at a desk all day and then go home and sit in front of the TV and then just spend 20 minutes at the gym,
that's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's funny how, the lifestyle that people used to have in the previous generation were actually naturally more healthy.
Much more active.
Yeah, they were more active.
Or hunters and gatherers.
And we're not.
Right.
And we're still following 20 minutes.
Right, because of technology. Right.
What about all these diets that are very, very popular? I every year I buy at least one new book. Haven't lost the weight yet, but I try to follow it. And for me, usually the reason why I fail is because they're just so hard to follow. You can do it for maybe a week, and then it becomes more and more difficult.
Diets don't work.
You don't advocate dieting? Okay.
Absolutely not. No, I teach people small changes, permanent changes. So it's all about habit change. It needs to be something that works with your lifestyle, with your schedule, with your, as far as your cooking skills go. So it's very individualized, and you need to like it. It can't be something like, I'm going to diet. Because, well, first of all, the word diet starts with the word die.
Yeah, exactly.
And people feel deprived.
Yeah.
They don't stick to it, and they have feelings of failure, and that usually causes disordered eating. So it's a good idea to make small changes like increase the vegetables from half a cup a day to 1.5 cups a day.
Yeah.
Balance your plate differently so it's full of the veggies and a little bit of fruit and lean protein, and maybe cut your carbs in half and cut the oil in half that you're using.
Yeah,
so small changes.
Those are easy changes. I agree. They're small, but they're easy, and they will be significant over time.
Absolutely.
Do you have any tricks for people that go on binge eating food that they know is bad for them, but they can't help themselves? Is there a mindset trick?
keep the food out of the house. But,
okay, number one, keep the food out of the house.
That usually
out of reach,
happens.
Out of mind.
Yeah, but that usually happens to people who have a history of dieting.
Yeah.
Because that creates emotional eating.
Yeah.
But no, everything's allowed in moderation. If they can eat the food in moderation every day, a small amount, then it's allowed, and it doesn't become this food that they're binge on. But some people, the combination of sugar and fat is very powerful. It could be as addictive as cocaine, they say, even worse.
Yes.
So with foods like that, and with a person with that personality, I say just stay away from those foods. Wow. If you're walking past a bakery that you usually are tempted by, don't go that way, but walk a different way home.
Yeah,
don't keep the food in the house.
And then say, oh God, now it's too late. I can't do it. I know you teach a lot about nutrition and kids and toddlers. And I am a mother of two, and both girls. One is a teenager and one is about to be a teenager. So I'd love to hear from you how you encourage healthy eating without really distorting their body image.
So don't leave weight out of the equation.
Ah.
It's so important. Because you should make it about health, make it about, their academics, improving their academics. They're eating a healthy diet. They're going to think more clearly.
That's a great
They're going to feel better.
Yeah.
Their health, they're not going to get sick as often.
Yeah.
They'll live longer and feel better. They'll be better athletically.
Yes.
So pushing those types of things.
That is
It's
great
heart
advice.
healthy, not it's good for weight loss.
Yeah, and then actually you are helping their self-image rather than, putting them down and making them feel depressed. That's great.
Absolutely. And the
Thank
other
you.
thing is to be a good role model. So the foods
Ouch.
eat, they're likely to eat.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely true. And what you are talking about is actually easy to follow. It's not that hard to start making small changes, and then 6 months down the road you make more changes and more changes. That's really awesome, and that's great news for me.
And that's permanent lifestyle change. So the weight, it's not a temporary diet that you start eating the other foods that you were eating before and gain the weight back. It's forever.
So if someone watching right now is thinking, yeah, well, that's great if you have only 10, 15, or 20 pounds to lose, but I have, maybe 50, 80, or even more to lose, what would you say to them? Is it just as effective for them as it is for people that have maybe... Yeah.
But definitely increase the activity as much as you can.
Yeah.
Get a Fitbit.
Let's talk about that.
Track your steps. Yeah, these are great. I love it. It tells you your sleep, your steps, your heart rate, the calorie burn.
Yeah, great.
Keep a food record. That's the number one tool for weight loss.
Yeah.
But so if they have a ways to go, I always ask them, well, how long did it take you to gain the weight? They can't expect to lose it overnight. It probably took a long time to gain it.
Yeah.
And it'll probably take as long to lose it.
Yeah.
But, in the beginning of weight loss, a lot of times, it can be more than a few pounds the first few weeks.
Yeah.
And then that
keep a diary, keep a journal of that so that you can, gauge your progress. That's great.
Yeah, and writing down everything as much as you can, like your steps, the exercise, and then the food, the time, the hunger level, so we can really pinpoint the issues. And
that is great. This is really great information. If our viewers wanted to get more information on this, how would they do that?
My website,
Yeah?
kitchencoachrd.com.
kitchencoachrd.com. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you
it's been a
very
pleasure.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.